right, great. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to our life-changing dinners, fighting inflammation in the cooking class with Dr. Marjorie. Dr. Marjorie.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here.
And so today what we're going to do is we're going to do a fun class all about fighting inflammation. Like, how do you do it? What is it? How does it operate? I'm looking at myself to make sure I look okay. But how does it work? How does it operate? We're going to talk about that, right?
Yes.
And we're going to give you 3 dishes to cook today. We're going to do a hot dish, a salad, kind of like a salad that's really fun. So what we're going to do to begin that is we're going to start with the hot dish, and then we're going to talk about inflammation. That way we can kind of get that going, okay? Now, just so that you all know who I am really quick, as Dr. Marjorie will introduce herself. My name's Jeremy with Life Changing Dinners. We say have one of our dinners, it'll change your life. We kind of live up to that. We hope we do anyway. So we're all about teaching families how to make recipes that are easy, fast, healthy, delicious. Stuff that you can make on like a Thursday, right? When you're tired, you don't want to, but how do you do it? And a lot of times when people think about health, they really do think about like, man, that doesn't taste very good, right? It's kind of a common thing. And we're really good about helping and empowering families to turn that on its head where health is delicious and easy. So I'm gonna show you a recipe right now. When we're done here, everybody, I'm gonna give you guys this right now. Give me 1 second. Copy, paste. And what I'd like all of you to do, and I'm gonna repeat this throughout, but if you look in the chat here, everyone, the chat button. There's the chat. In the chat, I'm going to put a link, and I recommend that all of you sign up for this link. This link is going to give you the recording of today. We'll get it to you in about 24 hours. And you're also going to get our Powerful Foods brochure. And it's got this recipe that I'm cooking in right now. Okay? So let's begin. So you're just going to take your skillet, whatever skillet you've got, and you're going to take quinoa. You're going to put about a cup of quinoa in there. That looks like a cup. Okay. We don't measure here at Life. I'm just going to do this dish is so simple. So what we're going to add into it, so we've got our quinoa. This is going to be a quinoa Mexican salad that we're making. It's really simple. So we've got our quinoa. We're going to add in some tomatoes, 2 different types of beans, because that's what I had. We're going to put in some salsa and a couple of veggies and some taco seasoning with some chicken broth. Okay, all stuff that's pretty shelf stable and pretty easy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in we're doing chicken broth. You could do a veggie broth if you wanted to. That totally works. But we're going to do, I don't know, a couple cups of that. Like that. 2 cups. We're going to do, and then we're going to put our beans in. What's that?
Black beans.
Black beans. Now, Dr. Marjorie, what's good about, do we have good things about black beans or beans?
We have good things about all beans. Actually, they all bring something different to the table, and some of the things that are the same as well, but beans are very nutritious food and high in fiber. So they're very healthy, very good for your digestive tract.
So the more beans, what do we say, Dad? Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat.
You got it.
Okay.
But if you eat it with pineapple, you have Hawaiian music.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. All right. So we're gonna put that in there. Now the other thing, next thing we're gonna add in is we're gonna add in our just a can of fire roasted tomatoes. And this one has a little green chili in there because I thought that'd be fun. Okay, we're gonna mix that in there. Guys, this is gonna be so good. Okay, we're just kind of mixing it up a little bit. Now, with us guys, you're going to see me using a tool tonight, and you're seeing me use a specific type of cookware. And I'm not really going to talk about it. I'll talk about it later at the end of the night. But this is all about our company, kind of some of the things that we do. We do cooking classes and equipment, but I'll save that to the end. Right now, what we're going to do is let's make a zucchini. Now, Dr. Mark, come close with me. What's good about zucchini? I know it has all your vitamins A through K in it, right?
It has all kinds of nutrition. Zucchini, avocado, it's got all the green stuff, all the good stuff, the healthy fats. It's good stuff.
Good stuff. And in our recipes that I'm going to send you in this Salad Master Superfoods seminar, it's actually going to talk all about green foods and what you can do with them and what they're good for and how to use them. We're also going to add in a red bell pepper. Now, I love red bell peppers because they add in a little bit of flavor. We're just going to chop that up real quick. Everybody's like, so fast. Who thinks this is fast? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you think it's fast. Okay, April's over there like, yeah, Jeremy, it's really fast. I want one. Where's mine? Bring it again, right? And so, right? She's like, yes, Jeremy. Okay, so that's a bell pepper in there. Excuse me. And then we're gonna add in our taco seasoning. Okay, I prefer this is a gluten-free. You could do this. You could do an organic taco seasoning. Either one of these would be great. Whatever you need to do to spice things up a little bit, right? Have a little fun with life. Okay, so we're just gonna add that in. Probably do about half the package or so. Okay, just like that. And that's gonna cook all of that quinoa in there, and then we're gonna add a little bit of salsa. Okay, why? Speak for me. Oh, she's got a magic thing, everybody. That was a tight one.
That was very tight.
That was a tight one. That was a tight one. All right, so we're just gonna take our salsa and just add a little bit of that in there. Okay. Okay, and this is gonna create our little quinoa. Where'd my little spatula go? This is gonna create like guys, look at all the vegetables that are in this.
Oh, that looks so good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yummy.
We've got quinoa in here, which is it's called the perfect grain. It's a perfect in carbohydrates and in protein and fiber. And then we got all those extra vegetables in there, right? We got in all those, oh, by the way, oh, it also has in all that, those beans in there. And then we added in all that fresh fruit right there. This whole meal, it's about $6-7. And it'll feed a huge family. And you know what I'm seeing here, guys? Look at that. I think we should add some more quinoa. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think we could add a little more in there. That's gonna swell up just pretty.
That's closer to a cup.
There we go. Okay, see, wait a moment, ring. Now,
Excuse me, it says, hi, Jeremy, I'm in the waiting room. There's somebody in a waiting room.
thank you for seeing that. Thank you. Admit all. Perfect. Welcome. Oh, wait, we gotta wait for me to get on. Hello, Sherilyn. Welcome to the call. Sorry, I had to get you in there a little bit. And we're waiting for Catherine to join on here. Okay, so we're gonna go and stir this while that's happening. There she is. Hi, Catherine. It's good to see you. Sorry about getting you guys there in the waiting room. Thanks for reaching out. That's why you guys all got my number. Hi, Sherilyn. All right, let's take a look at this, everybody. There's our lunch. Okay, pretty delicious. Now what we're gonna do is when this is all done, we're gonna top this with cilantro, and with some avocado. So it'll be just absolutely perfect, and a purple cabbage that we're gonna make in just a minute. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna go put it on the stove, well, it's an electric skillet. I'm gonna turn it to a medium temperature, and I'm gonna let it sit there for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, we're actually gonna turn this to the low bit. Okay.
Hey, so Jeremy, do you add the sausage now or later?
Medium. On our thing, this little valve click will turn it down to low. In your case at home, if you don't have Salad Master, then just turn it on a very low medium and let it sit there for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. So Dr. Marjorie, let's talk about inflammation.
Yes. Oh, I just love talking about inflammation. Actually, you know, a little teeny bit of inflammation is a good thing. That's nature's way of healing us. So if you break a bone and you swell and it's red, that's inflammation. And that's your T1 and T2 cells going in there and they're going to fix it all up. But what happens in society with our standard American diet, which is highly inflammatory, the inflammation continues, and the T1 cells and the T2 cells, they're like going up and down because you've got all this cellular debris and you've got pathogenic debris from the junk that you're eating. And it's hurting the cells to get all this debris. And we have to try to get it cooled down. So then we have to eat stuff like Jeremy's going to be cooking for us today. That's what we need. And the other thing is when we start to eat correctly and we start to get that teeter-totter between the T1 and the T2 leveled off, then in comes T helper cells, T regulatory cells, and they put the fire out. So that's what we need to do.
Well, let me ask you a couple questions because I'm kind of new, right? As far as inflammation, like the science, you're the science person. What is like as a 2-year-old or a 2nd grader, what is inflammation on the cells? Is it just like it's bigger? Does it just mean that it's angry? Like, what's it mean? Like what would,
Well, if you're a little kid, you've got some really good immune system and you got some good neutrophils and some good, T1, T2. So
Mhm.
you're in good shape. But as we get older, what happens is we get bad habits. And the standard American diet is no help at all. And it's not your fault because a lot of you have no idea what you're putting in your mouth is killing you, taking years off your life. And what happens is we stay in a state of inflammatory cells, and it gets them all over in your body. So then the elbows hurt, the shoulders hurt, the knees hurt, all those things start to happen. And
that's that inflammation in the joints,
That's
right? That's usually where we notice
and
it
it's in-
first, right?
yeah, and it's in every cell in your body. It's in every cell in your body eventually. And again, the T regulatories can't even get in there and put the fire out because the fire's too big. The fire extinguisher is not big enough to put the fire out.
And what would contribute, like if I was dealing with a lot of inflammation, like what are foods that typically have a big trigger for inflammation?
Sugar.
Sugar. Oh.
Sugar. I have a client that says sugar is the devil. In fact, one of you people here know that client and know that's his favorite saying, sugar is the devil, because he says it comes to seek and destroy, and it does. Sugar is taking years off people's lives. Sugar is probably the worst.
The worst culprit, so.
The worst. And then of course, trans fats.
Really quick, let me ask about sugar really quick. Are you talking about refined sugar, cane sugar, coconut sugars? Like any, like as a general, honeys, like
Okay.
where should we be?
No, any sugar that ends in OSE, glucose, fructose, maltose, dextrose, if it ends in OSE, you don't want it. Okay, now you can have monk fruit, you can have coconut sugar, again, you don't go crazy, right? You can have coconut sugar, you can have maple syrup, natural, you can have honey, natural, but you don't go crazy. Because again, you're going to spike your insulin. You don't want to do that. The spiking insulin, even if it's not very often, the quick spike and then down, quick spike then down, that's what really hurts you. So you want to eat.
Is that when diabetes starts to get?
Diabetes,
That's when because that's happening.
Yeah, that's when you get insulin resistance.
You know, I talk to a lot of parents when I'm with them, and they talk about their kids being hungry, and their kids are hungry, and they're like, and so what do? They feed them a lot of those simple carbs. And then they spike up and then they crash. Now I know being a parent, I don't know being a parent because I'm not a parent, but I know from talking to parents is that it's not always that easy, right? You can't just make your kids eat what they want. They're their own little human being. And with adding that, something to kids, like not having that sugar thing helps with attitudes, helps with focus, helps with not being a little poop face. Right?
Yeah, because
little parents.
Yeah, it really helps children that have challenges. They're really helpful not to have the sugar or the color, the food coloring or what have you. And that's where you come in. You can teach these parents tasty foods that the kids are going to like. Because what happens is, you come home from work, you're tired, whatever, right? And you got to throw something out there, shut the kids up, right? And it's not always the best foods. But when you learn your easy, quick, simple ways of putting good food, tasty food together that's anti-inflammatory.
So one of the really easy ways when we're talking about sugar specifically, you're trying to cut it out. What happens a lot of times is people cut out sugar, and they usually tend to cut carbs at the same time. What happens is in your gut biome, you start feeling hungry because you're used to that. And that takes a while to deal with. So there is some of that sugar that you still are going to want. You want to taper it off, right? Not do it as far as like a sugar. But when I teach sugars, these are the kind of sugars that we teach. That when you add fruits and vegetable fruits into your like salads, into your stir fries, if you ever put an apple in your stir fry, y'all, you haven't, try it. It's really delicious. But adding your fruits, adding oranges, pineapple, all of that to your salads adds that level of sweetness where it's like, oh my gosh, and we're going to do that today. I'm going to show you a great salad your family and your kids would love that has to do that. So sugar's number one. So what's number two?
And
go
could I just add to that? What happens when you eat the fruit or the sweeter vegetables, what have you? The fiber actually negates that amount of sugar. So let's assume that you have an apple and it has 12 grams of sugar, but it has 10 grams of fiber. What you're left with is a net of 2. And so what that does is it has a low glycemic index. So it goes, your insulin goes up a little bit, but it stays then for a long time. And then it drops off. You don't get that rapid spike because of the fiber. So whenever you eat something sweet that's got a lot of fiber in it, that's a lot better for you.
Better than a cheesecake.
No kidding.
Okay, so.
And that had dairy in it.
That's sugar number one. Second most.
Okay, the next thing that's really highly inflammatory is trans fats. Any kind of fat that man has stuck their fingers in and changed the molecular composition of the structure. What they do is they take fats that have what we call double bonds or triple bonds. They break them, they put hydrogen on them, and they call it hydrogenated fats, right? Those things are very, very bad. That's not, our bodies were not designed to handle that. And when your body's not designed to handle something that's man-made, the liver has to say, uh-oh, this is a pathogen. I've got to break this down. Remember what I said earlier about pathogenic debris? T1s, uh-oh, gotta go to work, right? And of course, then the regs, regulatory cells, they're just sitting there waiting for that big fire to kind of calm down so I can go in.
So so when I hear that, I always wonder, I'm like, what does that mean in real life? Like, what would be considered a hydrogenated oil that a family?
Okay, let's put it this way. Let's think about what we can. I like to do the positive side. What can we have? There's only 3 that I use. There's a couple extras, but the ones that you can get your hands on real quick. Coconut oil, perfect. Avocado oil, perfect. Olive oil, perfect. That's the 3. Now you gotta remember that olive oil has a really low smoke point, so you don't wanna cook anything that's really high temperature with olive oil. Better for the salads and stuff like that. If you're gonna use a higher temperature, you wanna use more like avocado oil.
And so if I'm using like a Pam, that's usually like a canola oil, but then Pam makes other versions. So maybe we would. So you want to make sure we read.
No canola oil. No, please read the ingredients.
And usually it'll say mostly. I know there's those exceptions we talked about.
Got to be so careful.
Yeah.
Because I saw a mayonnaise jar that said made with avocado oil. Oh yay! Picked it up, got it home, read the ingredients. Guess what #1 oil was on the back? #1 ingredient. Canola oil. Guess what the last ingredient after reading through a boatload of ingredients? Guess what that one was? Avocado oil. I thought, well, maybe 1 drop in that whole bottle. But the front, made with avocado oil.
Yeah.
So please read the ingredients.
Okay, great. So that's #2. What's #3? What's the third contributor to inflammation?
Well, let's see. All the toxins actually, but grains, you gotta be kind of careful with grains. Like quinoa is a pretty benign grain, but the grains all turn to sugar. When you put a grain like cereals and stuff in your mouth, within 3 seconds, it's already turning to sugar. Because digestion starts in your mouth because you've got ptyalin, in your saliva, and that's a digestive enzyme, and it starts to break it down. So grains are sugars, and the people that eat like that bowl of cereal before they go to bed, oh my goodness, you're causing all that inflammation. And that's the time when you should be rest and digest.
That's the time I want to. But I don't want in the morning. I want at night before bed.
But you can't have.
You know what I found? I noticed too, especially as I'm getting older, is if I do not sleep well. Like I am tossing and turning.
You know what? How about that insulin spike and then that crash? That's why.
It's messing up your sleep rhythms.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. So I got like cereals. What else would be an example of grains? Is that also
all grains?
All grains.
And corn's a grain, by the way. Corn is a grain. It's not a vegetable.
Okay.
Corn's a grain, and not only that, over 85% of corn is genetically modified, and you do not want to eat genetically modified foods. And soy, actually, as long as I'm talking about genetically modified foods, almost 100% of soy products are genetically modified. So, yeah, they're not.
Stay on this if you can.
Yeah, stay away.
Just trying to stay away from you can. Good. What are some of the, so now we've talked about some of these negative foods, right? So what are we talking about? Sugar, gluten, oils, and grains. Okay. What are foods that help though bring down that inflammation if we find our, by the way, before we do that, actually, hold on. So if we're eating that kind of a diet, what are some of the symptoms somebody like myself would feel by having inflammation in our body? Like from the extremes all the way to like normal life.
Well, can't sleep good at night, right?
That would be from inflammation.
Well, that's his #1, right?
Yeah.
What's your #1? Brain fog or feeling really crappy in the morning when you get up and think, oh gosh, Or even thinking, well, I'm pretty healthy, you know, like I might be overweight, but I'm pretty healthy. But then you think back, how did I feel 10 years ago? How did I feel 20 years ago? It's like, wait a minute. And then, you know, what you do, you blame it on age. You go, oh yeah, I'm getting older, you know, I'm supposed to have this hurting and that hurting. I'm supposed to. No, you're not. You should be 95 years old and feel just as vibrant as you did when you were 40. You're healthy and you're eating correctly.
Because we don't.
Brain fog, tired, cranky, moody.
Hard to get up in the morning.
Oh yeah, hard to get up in the morning. All those things that you blame on age or you blame on other things. No, think back of when you were young and how you were just you get up and go. You know, when you say they might get up and go, got up and went. Well, it's because of what you put in your mouth.
Yeah, you went up and went to the fast food store.
Yeah.
Right, and then you just put it in there. So. Okay, good. And so now let's say, okay, great. So I deal with some of that stuff. So if I want to heal my body and bring down the inflammation, what are foods that do that?
Okay, you want good, healthy vegetables. And if you're not a vegetarian, grass-fed meat and wild-caught fish and wild-caught seafood. And pork is not going to be called grass-fed. If you eat pork, it needs to be organic, which means that the pigs have eaten organic vegetables. That's been their diet. So you want organic vegetables. So we order our meat online so that we can get the pork. Now there are some local stores that'll give grass-fed. Now grass-fed meat, you have to be careful that it says 100% grass-fed, or you know, from beginning to end, because otherwise they might just say grass-fed and it's grass-fed for a while and then they put it on grain. And when they put it on grain, you're still getting all of the growth hormone and all of the other stuff. So you don't want that either.
Yeah, you got to get really clean.
And you know, while we're
Amazing
talking about growth hormone, the dairy products are also very bad. Dairy products are highly inflammatory, and especially in the United States. Not so bad if you're from Canada, but because if you look at some of the products that come from Canada, you'll see a small R and then a capital B and ST. In the US, it'd be R with a B, capital B, GH, which is recombinant bovine growth hormone. We do not want that. Our bodies don't need growth hormone. And what happens is with the animals, when you give them growth hormone, again, that's not natural for them either. They're sick. So we're eating sick animals. We're drinking milk from sick cows. All of that milk has pus in it. Yep. There have been studies done, you can't find any, but Canada now, it's outlawed. It's banned. The RBGH is banned in Europe, banned in Canada, but in the US, we still have it. So be very careful about your dairy products.
Good. And what role do vegetables, so what I'm hearing you say is good organic, clean meats, right? Making sure you know where they're sourced and do the source. And then your fruits and vegetables, and are all of them pretty free? I mean, you could, do they help with the inflammation?
Yes.
How so?
Yes, yes. And it doesn't matter what color, you know, if you eat the rainbow, and things that are going to help your inflammation is by making your microbiome healthy. We have about 4 to 4.5 pounds of microbes in our body. We have like 39 trillion with a T microbes, and we have 30 trillion cells in our body. So we got 69 trillion things that we got to take care of as the CEO of those employees down there that are trying to keep us alive. So it's important then that you eat prebiotic vegetables. And those are the ones that have soluble fiber in. And I always like to say, eat at least 2 root vegetables a day, different color. Because again, the different colors bring something different to the table. And then probiotics. So you want to eat prebiotics. Probiotics come from things like fermented foods, like kimchi, like what we had last week, sauerkraut, and those sorts of things. Like you want to feed your microbiome, because that is trying to help clean out the inflammation and to keep you healthy. So yes, eat your fruits and vegetables.
Awesome. With that said, let's do another dish really quick with everybody.
All right.
I do want to just mention to everybody, if you did notice in the chat, if you just came on, hi Ginger,
just coming on. If you look in the chat, I just posted a link. I'd encourage all of you to click on that link. You can fill out that information. It's going to give you a couple things. One, it's going to give you our weekly recipe list. So if you'd like to get our weekly recipe. Second, if you would like to get the cookbook that we're doing today. It's our food health seminar. I'm missing it. Colorful food seminar. Thank you. And the colorful food seminar, it's got recipes. It's got 20 recipes in there. It's got all the different colors of the vegetables and what colors do what and how you can do them. Also on there, you can also get Dr. Marjorie is giving away a free coaching class. And let me just tell you, she's no joke, ladies and gentlemen. She's pretty good at what she does. And she specializes in the area of inflammation, in the area of diabetes, in the area of losing weight. And her coaching has had extraordinary results because it's not just nutrition based. She actually looks at who you are and kind of your whole life to make it all work together, right? So if you click on that link that's in there, then you can fill that out and you can either sign up for any one of them, or you can also do a private class with me. If this is your first time getting to know me, you've never seen Life-Changing Dinners, I do an hour-and-a-half virtual class where we'll do a class like this. We do some science experiments. We don't do food. It's more about cookware. It's a master class in cookware. So if you've ever been worried about like toxins, or why does that coating come off, or why are the prices so all over the place when it comes to cookware, or why does something stick really bad? That master class in cookware will teach you that. So if you're going to go buy cookware, you know what you want to get, what you don't want to get, and why, which is pretty important. Let's make a little salad really quick. So the salad that we're going to do today is this is an apple, jicama, cucumber, and lime salad with a little bit of cilantro. This is going to be delicious. What I'm going to do, let me rinse this off really quick. Pause for intermission. This is not the Food Network. I don't have a staff of 50 behind me.
There you go.
And then now this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a jicama looks like. If you didn't know, this is a jicama, and it's a root. Yes, I believe.
Yes.
And it's really great. They usually dip them in wax when you get them. So what we're gonna wash it and cut it. I do need a sharp knife. I do. I'm ready. She's so strong, she can touch with her bare hands, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So all we're gonna do with this jicama is
Go away from the edge.
So we're just gonna take it, cut it into thirds. For what I'm gonna do today. Okay, so now we got a little wedge. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take our number 2 cone here. This is our little stringer cone. Now, if you're interested, if you like this machine, I know everybody likes this machine, and you reach out to me, I'll tell you more about it. But look at that. You might get it coming out the front. That might be fun for everybody to see. Watch this, guys. So we're just take this. I put it right up here on top. Ooh. Good. Okay. Good job, guys. Good. We're adding some jicama. Jicama is really great for jicama is really great because it's a great water. It's a great pellet. It's really clean and it brings a really good spring feel to the dish, like a really good, like crisp. Are you a left-handed?
Yeah.
Oops.
Take off a layer there. We want a stripper.
You don't want a chef salad? You don't want a chef salad? All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some cucumber. We're just going to take an English cucumber. In that paste.
I know.
So
Love
quick.
it.
Let's do that. Now, we were talking earlier about adding sugars in, right? Sometimes you need to sweeten things up. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in some apples. May I get you to start rolling, like pressing a little bit? Can I do? Roll it out.
Press it down. Yeah.
I had a girl on a dinner last night and she was rolling it like, I didn't say massage it. I said roll it. All right.
Deep tissue massage.
Deep tissue. So what we're going to do for the salad here, y'all, is we're going to add in some apple to kind of create some of that sweetness that we want. Right? So we're going to put that right in there. So we do a lot of work with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. And they do a lot with diabetes and cancer. And what they teach us is that by adding fruits into your salad, folks that don't like vegetables, because there's just people who don't like it, all that. But by adding fruits there, they'll sweeten it up, and then people like the vegetables, right? And all of a sudden they're like, wow, that tastes good. Okay. We got our apple in there, we got our jicama. Mummy. And then these are kind of hard, aren't they? It's all right. I got my master grip strength. See if we can't do it. If you grab your limes and you push them here on the edge, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it's usually a little easier to get the juice out. Oh, look at that. One drop out of all that. Okay, well, I'm glad that I brought extra limes. What is that? Guys, need a presser. These are not working. Do you have a juicer by any chance?
What do you need?
A lime juicer, or do you have one of those little handy dandy squeezy gadgets? Right. Does it? Get it in there. Actually, as soon as I had you do that, this one was like great.
This way.
You cut them this way?
I cut them half that way
That
and
way?
I squeeze
Try
that
it.
way, yeah.
I always thought it was very okay.
Try it and then just the long end, you just.
Put it together. Okay, guys, you take it like this, and you're just gonna squeeze it. Ugh.
To the long end, long end against long end instead of sideways,
Yeah, right in there.
long end.
Okay, I think that's gonna be perfect. And then,
Well, that
come back up here.
Yeah.
Hey, and then what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to add a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt and some fresh cilantro. Now, anytime you can add fresh herbs into things, guys, this just makes it pop, right? Just absolutely, and cilantro is such an inexpensive herb to get. And then can I grab the salt, please? Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then a bunch of salt. April, I'm so excited to see you when I come home.
Do you want it?
No, this is great. So I'm just gonna take a little salt. Okay, just go over a little bit, just to get there, and then we're just gonna stir this salad up, okay? Now, while that's waiting here, I'm gonna show you one more salad. Would you mind stirring that? The next salad I'm gonna just show you, this is one of our simple ones. And you may have seen this at a cooking class if you come to our cooking class in the past. I'm kind of interested, Ginger, where are you from? Where's home for you?
Well, I'm in Preston, Idaho.
Preston, Idaho.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic. Okay, great.
sorry,
That's
I'm
gonna become
making
Idaho.
I'm making
So-
candles right now.
I can't hear you, but I
Oh.
can see your lips. So sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, make sure you fill it out. We'll talk later. That link that's in the chat. So make sure you, Ginger, you hit that link. Okay. So we're gonna do purple cabbage. Oh wait.
Turn something
Uh
up.
oh. There we go. That should be back on.
There.
There we go. So this is really simple. This is purple cabbage with some lime and some honey. And watch this, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take our thin slicing cone, and you could obviously do this with a knife. We're gonna take our thin slicing cone. Look at that. Now, what's interesting about cabbage, ladies and gentlemen, is that cabbage is one of the most nutrient-dense foods. Like green cabbage, I'm gonna put this cut up here, it's kind of loud. And we go, perfect. So what's interesting is that one head of green cabbage has more vitamins and nutrients than a football field of iceberg lettuce. Okay, it's really nutrient dense. And purple cabbage has 10 times more nutrients than that, which is kind of amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my limes, and where did my knife go again? Right here it is. I'm just gonna take my knife. This is like lime squeezing day here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, put my juice in there again. I'll probably do 2 limes. I like to have this a lot of juice on there. And I frequently like to let this sit for a minute because it tends to, it lets that cabbage kind of wilt down a little bit. You know what I mean? So put this on. Do one more. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, that's an inflammatory flavoring. Okay. No. Wrong. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my honey. Now, your honey is really important. Do you want to talk about honey? Do you know much about honey?
Well, it's a food that'll last forever, I know that. And
Yeah.
It's very, no bacteria grows in it or anything like that, so it's pretty clean.
Pretty clean.
Pretty clean.
And if you can buy local honey, it's better because it has a lot of the pollens that are in the area, so that'll help.
For your allergies. Yeah.
Mhm. Additionally, the great thing about with honey is you want to make sure you're getting like a raw or an unfiltered. If you're buying that bear bottle that's at the store, a lot of times that has been boiled, and so it's over hot. It's killed all the good microbes that are in all the good things that are in the honey. And so you want to try and get one that's not processed to that level. It's worth spending the extra $1. So with this, we're just going to do a little drizzle, maybe. Okay, we're just going to drizzle over the top. This is going to add a little sweetness to our dish. And then we're gonna add a pinch of salt, just again, a smidgen of salt. And I need something to toss this with, if I could, please. Okay. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Great, live on the edge. Okay, so, I know, right? So we'll just mix it up in here.
You're doing okay.
Look at that, guys. And then I'm gonna a dinner plate too. Okay, look at that. So what I want to show you later, I want to show you guys something really quick. Just hold on one second. Let me get this out of the way. Give me a second here for intermission. Wiping things off. I just want to show you the final product. We're gonna do a pretty plate for everybody as everybody waits. Again, I just added some extra people on. If you want to click that link, that would be helpful for you. Okay, here. Check this out, guys. It's really good. So good. I need a big spoon, yes.
And you don't want it that over, right?
Okay. So look at this, guys. Here's our quinoa. Did that cook it? Our quinoa's in there. We could have even added more, but here's your look, delicious.
Oh, so good.
So good. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make our plate, okay? So when it comes to plating, you always want to think in layers. Okay, so we're gonna add in a layer here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add in a little bit of this. Just like that. Okay, and then we'll do a little cilantro. Oops. Nice and pretty. Is that pretty, April? Look how pretty. Okay. Look at that. So there you go, guys. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Beautiful. So what I'll say with this, guys, so what you've got here is that we in less than 15 minutes created you, well, less than, what has it been? 30 minutes of cooking. You know, you've got 2 salads and a main, and it's all anti-inflammatory. It's all full of fruits and vegetables. All things, this whole plate cost me about $30 for all this, and I have way more food than this, like way more food. So we'll have to feed probably 15, 20 people. And so a lot of that great nutrition. If you would like to, so going back, come over here, Marsh. Over here. Oh, got something? Oh, maybe a little bit. Yeah. So
He's handy.
good. So as we close up and we wrap up here, everybody, again, if you're you may be watching the recording. If you're not, click that link and you'll get the recording and the recipes. You can sign up for a session with Dr. Marge, or you can sign up for a session with me where we come out and do a virtual cooking class. If you're in the Idaho, Utah, Arizona area, a lot of times we can actually do a private cooking class where a chef comes over and cooks with you and the family. And we talk all about cookware and how it affects the nutrition, affects the flavor, how to get non-toxic, non-leaching cookware. like Ginger, I was watching what you're stirring there and I was like, we should have a conversation. And so we should talk about the safety of your cookware and what happens with those coatings and what's on even what's underneath it. Even if you got a ceramic, what's underneath it? Is there aluminum and what that's doing? So it's a fascinating class that we do. It's a free class. So I encourage you to sign up for that. Tell them about your offer really quick, about the coaching.
Okay, what I do is I'll do 6 months of coaching to help you to lose weight or reverse type 2 diabetes. And I have some folks that have reversed their type 2 diabetes. In fact, there's a gentleman sitting here right now that has gotten off metformin, lisinopril, and Lipitor. There were 4 medications that he got off from in the metformin in 1 month and the rest of them in 2 months time by following my program. So 6 months of coaching once a week. It's group coaching, and it also comes along with a course. I've designed a course that covers over 20 different factors that impinge upon your health with respect to standard American lifestyle. And of course, one of them is food, but there are other various aspects of your lifestyle that are affecting your health as well. And so I do that.
And I've heard it's a really robust course. So if that's interesting to you, and that was interesting to me, if that's interesting, that health journey that you're on, and you want to do that, definitely the first step to go, get onto a free first coaching program, coaching class, which comes and talks to you, right?
Yes, and that one would be a one-on-one, and it's a free coaching consulting session, and it can range from 30 minutes to 90 minutes.
Whatever they need.
Just depending on what your needs are, and to determine whether I can help you and whether I think I can help you.
There we go.
Because I want to make sure it's a good fit.
That's right. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining our class today. Oh, do we have any questions really quick? I saw that.
Somebody earlier asked about salsa.
Oh,
When it was a Jeremy or something had a question on the first dish on the salsa.
Oh, I used
I don't know what it was asking.
a chunky salsa.
This was south of the border.
Yeah, usually I get it. Yeah, so like that. If I have it, sometimes I'll get an organic salsa too.
This was organic.
It is organic.
Right there.
Oh, good. Good. It is organic. Good. Okay, good. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining our class today. I hope we found this informative and empowering. And we'll be sending out the recipes to this in our cookbook and all of our contacts. We'll talk to you later. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You're okay. Just stay there for a second. All right. And I'm going to click this button over here. Bye, April.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Ginger. All right. So what we'll do is we're going to stop recording. Hold on. How do I do this? Hi, Ginger. Can you talk now?
I think so.
I
Free.
can't hear you.
I don't know why. Let's see.
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. You might try. You might try hitting your microphone on and then back, or off and then back on.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. That's
Shoot.
okay. Oh, there we go. Now I can.
Oh, good.
Now I
Good. I'm not making food. I'm making candles.
Oh, faith then. Totally different. Totally put them in.
And I have tons of your product because I have bought it from Maddie and I can't remember her. Yes. From Logan, Utah.
Yep. That's awesome.
And you've had lots of candles in your house from me.
Are you the one that makes the pretty candles?
Yes.
Ooh, I like those.
Yes. Yes, I am making them right now. So I do have lots of your stuff. I love it. And I tell everybody about it. We've done a class or two here in my store.
Okay.
And I want to say they've had a few sales from that as well.
Is your candles the black ones?
Yes, I do all kinds of, I have a ton of candles, different jars, but I think you've
my husband comes home with things.
You've had these, right? These pretty.
Yes, we love your candles.
Thank you. I spend a lot of time making them, so.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to see you. Good to meet you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.